Have you seen the story of the girl who was with her boyfriend for 4 years? They did everything together. They lived together. They went on vacation and she thought she was getting proposed to. As a matter of fact, she had thought she was getting proposed to for a full year and had been having him pick out her nail color, had been putting on super cute outfits for every single date night because she thought this is the night I'm getting engaged. For a year, they go on this vacation. She thinks tonight's the night. I'm definitely getting engaged on this vacation. Did not happen. They came home. You called it. He broke up with her. He knew he was going to break up with her on that vacation. She is so confused. Listen to this. This is what she said. Every time I asked him about whether or not he wanted to get married, he said he did. How I could be a better partner to him. He said I was a fantastic partner and he just couldn't want anything better. If he was happy in our relationship, he said that he was. If he wanted kids and a house and marriage and all those things, he said yes.
Guys, let me tell you something about betrayal. Real betrayal. It is not always loud. It doesn't always come with cheating or scandal. Sometimes it is very quiet. In this case, it comes with a man holding your hand while planning a wedding he has no intention of attending. In today's video, we're talking about one of the most emotionally disturbing relationship stories I have seen on TikTok. A woman shared how her boyfriend, her future husband, planned their entire future together only to blindside her with a breakup days after their romantic trip. And the reason was, I'm not ready, we're not compatible. 4 years later, after rings, timelines, and dreams. Let's watch the video and we'll be right back to discuss it.
My ex-boyfriend of 4.5 years blindsided me the exact same way that Matt James did to Rachel Kirkconnell. My ex-boyfriend and I had been talking about getting married for 4.5 years. It was always very clear that that's what I wanted out of our relationship. And I really thought that that man was going to be my husband. And it's because he made me think that he was going to be my husband. We had looked at rings, talked about a specific timeline. He said that he was ready. We were hypothetically planning this wedding. I was running Nuuly for all of our dates so that I had cute outfits to potentially wear. He was helping me pick out my nails every month. It seemed very likely that any time we went on a date, any trip we went on, anytime I went out for a couple of months, like there could have been an engagement. That's because he made me think that that was the truth. Just like Matt and Rachel, we went on a trip, had an awesome time. We're talking about engagement, weddings. We got permanent bracelets while we were there. My ex would say that he loved me so much. He was having like the best time with me on the trip. He was so happy in our relationship. I would ask him, how can I be a better partner to you this week? He would always say, you're doing amazing. There's nothing you can do better. That whole trip, he knew that he was gonna end our relationship. And that's exactly what he did less than a week after we returned from the trip. And even after picking out a new set of nails for me, after we got back from the trip, he sat me down over the dinner that I cooked for us and told me that he couldn't do this, wasn't ready to get married, and that we weren't compatible. And to hear from your partner of over 4 years that you are not compatible, someone that you've lived with and functioned almost like a married couple with for such a long time, is like very insulting, because how could my perception of our compatibility be so different? And what do you mean that it took you 4 years to figure out that we are not compatible? I've been the same person the whole time. Of course, a breakup is hard if you think that things are going well and you're not fighting and you're being told that the relationship is really good. Like, that is hard enough. But to have the buildup of we're about to get engaged, like my life is going in this direction. What next year is going to look like for me is going to be a wedding. It's going to be pregnancies. It's going to be kids in my future, buying a home. I'm going on this upward slope, and then to be like essentially shot down, turn around start from the beginning. I just know that that is what Rachel is going through right now, and it's really hard. I wish I could say I can't imagine what she's going through. I can't imagine the publicity of what she's going through, but unfortunately I can imagine the pain and the trauma that she is experiencing from the words that Matt put in her head that made her believe something different. There's a lot more probably that I could say about my own story, but that's just a little bit about what happened to me, and I wish that I couldn't relate to what Rachel is going through, but unfortunately I can. It seems like there's an epidemic of men who can't communicate their feelings ahead of time, and women who are left in their path as casualties, unfortunately.
Did you hear that? Did you feel that? Because my soul literally left my body. How do you go on a trip, talk wedding dates, say I love you with your whole chest, and then come back and say, nah, I don't think we're compatible? Like, sir, did your brain just reboot mid-flight? This is the kind of betrayal that does not just break your heart. It breaks your mind. It makes you doubt every single moment you shared with that person, every laugh, every plan, every baby I got you, because now you don't know what is real and what was rehearsed. And that is what is truly evil about men like this. It's not just that he left, it's that he performed love while plotting his exit. Like he was giving a season finale while already packing his bag.
Listen to this. This is what she said. Every time I asked him about whether or not he wanted to get married, he said he did. How I could be a better partner to him. He said I was a fantastic partner and he just couldn't want anything better. If he was happy in our relationship, he said that he was. If he wanted kids and a house and marriage and all those things, he said yes. This is a very clear distinction between when a man is driving the relationship and he wants to be with a woman versus when a woman is in a relationship with the man and he is along for the ride. I'm going to do a whole other very succinct video to break this down so that you know the 3 key things that will help you understand whether or not you are in a relationship with the man who is just there biding his time until something better comes along, or whether or not he's actually there because he wants to be there and he sees a future with you. Go watch her video. I'm going to try to tag her in the comments because I think this happens to a lot of people. And I actually got a question from somebody that I'm going to answer later today about someone who's been in a relationship for 6 years and she is still waiting on a guy to propose to her. And she thinks that he is. She thinks that he just hasn't made his mind up yet. And that is a really heartbreaking place to be.
Now, let's talk about the fact that he said he's not ready to get married. Not at year 1, not at year 2, but after 4 years, after wedding discussions, after ring bookings. It's given I was never serious, but I like the way you made me feel. If you are not sure, you don't go that deep. You don't book rings. You don't talk timelines. You don't take a woman on a romantic trip and stare in her eyes while plotting emotional homicide. Like, what is wrong with you people? And I know some of you will say, oh, maybe he didn't just know how to break it off. But please hear me out. If you are mature enough to plan a wedding, you are mature enough to call it off before she's measuring herself for the dress, okay? Men like this are why some women become cold. And I don't blame them, because how do you give your all, believe in love, make plans with someone who is basically in a group chat with himself about how to leave you? If you're a man and you are not ready, please just say it, say it early, say it loud. Don't waste her time collecting wifey energy when you are just operating with playboy spirit. And to the woman who shared this, I doubt you will see this video, but in case you do, I hope you heal. And I hope he realizes one day the gravity of what he did, because that kind of betrayal, man, I cannot really fathom at this point. If you've ever experienced this kind of emotional bait and switch, please drop your story in the comments. Let's talk about it, because this right here is not just a breakup, it is betrayal in its purest form. You can also like, comment and subscribe if you are tired of emotional scammers. And to the men watching, please mean what you say. Don't build a woman's world just to burn it down. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.